recording. We are recording, right? Yep. So, 2020 hunting season.
It's almost here.
Almost.
6 weeks.
Yep.
And early archery opens.
So, what's different this year?
Not the second day, it's the first, is it not?
2nd of August.
Oh, is it? Well, the other one says the first. So. Well, here's the blind for the year. Sprayed it with some camo paint. On the right side you'll see I planted a line, but it's not doing so well. There's Jason. We're putting out some feed. How's the corn there?
None. Nothing.
Is there any further up?
I'll look in a second. There's none here.
We'll have to get the mower out and mow this grass down too. Well, better put another
thing.
better put
second bag here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting exciting. The season starts in 6 weeks.
Preparation has started.
It's always good to be about a month to 6 weeks ahead if you have a bait site. Get them used to it being there. And that way you should have a successful starting of the hunt.
So these supposedly are Virginia creeper, and we're going to put them at the front of the blind right away as soon as Greg quits fooling around. We are also putting these chairs in the blind today. Hit the red button.
Is planting some Virginia creeper. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but we have chicken wire stretched up the blind now, and Jason's just digging a hole. We got a couple of small Virginia creepers, and hopefully by next year this blind on this side will be covered, and then we'll just cut out a hole where the shooting window is. Natural camouflage. Brought out some office chairs for shooting chairs with rollers on them. Jason's just sticking them in the blind. One for the shooter and one for the cameraman. This blind is basically 8 by 8, so there's lots of room in there. sleep in there if we wanted to. Dry as a bone. And they can see us.
2020 hunting season.
It's almost here.
Almost.
6 weeks.
Yep.
And early archery opens.
So what's different this year?
What's different this year? Not much, except we got this blind and we had it last year.
Well, neither one of us is working.
Yeah,
that's a
true.
big difference.
Neither one of us is working.
That's a big difference. So
We should have our deer real early this year.
I don't know if we'll have them early, but you know.
But we're also hoping to, like I said, I had a muley tag last year that we never filled because we just didn't have the time. I could have went out on my own, but that's I'm getting older. Actually, I just got out of the hospital the past week. Just had my appendix out, and that's why Jason's been doing most of the work out here. I'm not supposed to lift anything, but they said for 6 weeks, so that gives me lots of time to recover and be able to drag a deer out of these woods. We do want to get Lyle in, as I was showing in the earlier part of the video. There's the grass is getting pretty long, and we want a nice clean shot at these deer. I like to bring them in close, and I don't miss.
No, that's one thing. We just, you know. But
Well, we did have one we got away. Well, he didn't get away on us. We found him the next day. That was a few seasons back.
Yeah.
And there is a video about that one. And then we did come out and get a deer that we were able to harvest. And that one was called Excalibur Redemption. Excalibur Grizzly Redemption, I believe, if you go into our video list. And that was back in 2017 or 16?
17, I think.
17, I think, yeah.
No, this is going to be 4 years.
But it's always good to come out and check. We have a little wasp nest up in the corner here. I don't see any wasps around it, so I think they've abandoned it. But we'll burn that out of there. Nothing worse than coming out to your blind and walking into a swarm of hornets.
Definitely not. No, I think this is going to be a good year. We have way more time this year. There's no, you know, and like Greg said, like this year, we did some preliminary mule deer last year. This year, because we have the time, we're going to do a serious mule deer hunt.
Yes, we'll be out scouting and finding out where we can set up. There's lots of trails where they come by. The past couple of years, there hasn't been as many mule deer around as there have been in the years before. And the thing is the years before, they didn't have any over-the-counter tags. It was all draw.
Yeah.
And we put in for moose this year. Neither one of us got drawn for the moose. So there'll be no moose hunting this year unless we can find a spot up around Big River where Jason's trailer is. And then we might, because they have over-the-counter moose tags there.
Yeah, and you know, I am looking. Like I'm going up. Well, for the rest of August, I'm going up there. Most of the month, I'll be coming down here to, you know, feed the deer and do the things that need to be done around here while Greg's incapacitated. But you know, so I'll be down here about once a week. But other than that, I'm going to be up at our place at Big River, and I'm going to be, besides besides the numerous construction projects that Kathy has lined up for me, I plan on doing some moose scouting.
Yeah, going to have a hunting season this year. Even for next year, we're already planning. We may have found a spot locally to set up for bear. So we might get a spring bear in Saskatchewan, and then we may go to Alberta for a fall hunt.
No, Manitoba.
Or Manitoba. Manitoba for a fall hunt with Bearmaster Outfitters again.
Yeah.
And do a bear hunt there. I'm surprised the fellow that owns this land, he actually just had to shoot a bear that was trying to get into his chicken coop, and yet we haven't seen one on the cameras down here. We haven't seen any of them in the bait. But a young one came in up there, so they are around, even around here in this little bush.
Yeah.
And but I haven't seen any on the cameras. And you think with this molasses corn we're putting out, they'd smell that and they'd be into it. So I think he was maybe just on the move. He was pretty small. He was pretty young. Probably put on his own last fall by his mother,
Or this spring.
and he was hungry, and he heard them chickens, and he was after the dog, the old dog. So yeah, I had to get out the gun and put him down. But we did get some meat off him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get to prep that soon. We'll do a video on that.
Yeah, prepping meat. If you don't know how to prep your own game, we prep it. We take all the skin off, all the rainbow meat, all the fat off our meat, and that's the way we want it when we cook it. And let me tell you, not many people, even the kids around the house now are eating my game. Like Mary and I have been together for about 4 years now. Mary won't touch it, but her daughter loves it, and Taya, her daughter, she's only 7, and I got a couple of bear roasts in the slow cooker cooking right now for supper for tonight. Yeah. For us. So, and the deer meat, of course. I'd rather eat wild game all year long if I could.
Me too.
And that's the thing. Our hunting season is short, so I have to do my best to fill my freezer, and then eat on it until the next hunting season. And usually it doesn't last that long.
Well, if we get enough animals, it will.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I was disappointed not getting drawn for moose again. If I could get a moose and put that in the freezer,
Yeah.
it would more than fill my little freezer, and you'd have to fill your freezer too, I think.
Yep.
But I love moose meat.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody out there's got some extra moose meat and they want to send it to us.
But no, I think this is going to be an exciting year.
But yes, I sprayed camel paint on this blind. It was quite an eyesore sitting out here in the woods. You'd come driving in, you could see it from a block away. And now you with the paint on, like it's amazing how much it actually makes a difference hiding it. But we're also planting on as you've seen out there. I'm planting Virginia creeper, and we're hoping it'll climb up the walls and everything. And then we'll just cut where the door, where the shooting windows are, that we have to shoot out of. And it'll be a natural camouflage. It'll look like a bush in the woods, and the more camo, the more hidden you can be, the better your chances are of getting that nice buck or that deer. And yes, there's scent control. It looks like we need to sweep up in here a little bit.
Yeah, well, we will before we'll clean things up before we start.
But I put this up last year, and it sat all winter and everything. And yes, there's a nice breeze coming in through the windows here. I've got windows all the way around. As you can see, there's a window back here.
Yeah.
But mainly we shoot out this way.
Yeah.
That's where we found the bait. There's a nice little clearing there, and the bushes
Greg
all
doesn't know it
behind
yet, but I'm bringing cardboard plate, spray painted black, and I'm putting it in the 3 other
Oh yeah,
windows.
it's a good idea. And when you're in your blind, like I wear a really dark camo.
Yeah.
Or black.
Black. Wear black.
Because if you can put your walls black, like I've got camo burlap hanging
Well,
on
I
the
think
back
we'll do
wall
some
and
painting.
stuff.
We'll be doing some painting and stuff. We have the time now. And actually, I think one of the videos we should do is a pre-painting and wearing regular camo and,
And
filming from out there. And then after we get it painted and wearing our black, and just how dramatic that difference is. But that's definitely going to be one of our videos this year.
Like when I'm the shooter, I still, like as if I was in a tree stand. I've got my face painted and everything, and I've had deer out there stomping and blowing off, but they don't know where I am, and they know something's not right because they get a whiff of me or they get some wind or something, and they're still standing there because they don't know where to go.
Yep.
but they've set off the alarm, and that's usually because I made some noise or whatever. One of the mistakes I made is I've hung a dark curtain on the window in the door where the camera is set, and because it was so bright in here, and to darken it up, but I didn't descent the towel. I just brought it. It was all full of bounce and everything, and you'd see the deer. They'd be on the left side, and they'd be munching away and just standing and stuff. And as soon as they came over to this right-hand side, all of a sudden that's when she went into alarm because I think she smelled that towel. But that towel's been hanging in here for a year now, so it should be well descented, or they'll be used to it.
They'll be used to it. No, it's, you know, but we'll it's going to be an exciting year, and you're going to see, although we haven't uploaded much in the last while, you're going to see a lot of uploads or regular uploads from us from now on, because we're going to progress right through the seasons, and you know, you'll get to see me fall on my face ice fishing and all that kind of fun stuff this winter coming up. So,
well, and even though I'm not working, I've been busy on my other channel. Of course, you see some of the videos on this one, but I got a lathe and I've been wood turning. So I started another channel called Old Guy Woodworks, but the Woodworks is 2 words, not one. And if you want to check it out, if you like watching that stuff, and I do all kinds of bowls and vases and birdhouses and lamps, and that keeps me busy through the winter months when there's no hunting and the snow's too deep to get out into the bush and that. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some more target shooting in the coming seasons or the coming months.
Weeks.
Yeah.
No, there'll be target shooting. It may not be Greg
fishing.
and I together, because Kathy and I found a place up by Big River where we can shoot our crossbows, and so I'll be filming Kathy and I shooting our crossbows and scouting for moose and all that fun stuff. That's the big plan. You know, I mean, you know, when Kathy lets me off the work detail, I plan on doing a lot of scouting for moose. I've got a couple of good ideas already this spring and summer. A couple of places that are worthwhile. The interesting thing I found a really good place, to be blunt. I found a great place to hunt moose, except it's in the middle of a game preserve.
Yeah, they frown on that.
They frown on that a lot, but you know.
And I've actually we've got moose in here, and I've had moose basically walk almost right in front of me, giving me a ample shot, but I have no tag.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not the type of hunter that will risk losing my hunting privileges and everything else. The best way to do it is you follow the rules.
Yep. Always follow the rules.
Even if you disagree with them.
Yep.
And I do disagree with them.
But no, you know, I think this is going to be an exciting year for 2 old guys with crossbows. We're going to be very busy.
The next video that'll probably be going up will be us sighting in the bows.
Well, actually, no, it won't. The next video going up will be 2 from me. One will be, I was out with Kathy's son fishing, shore fishing.
Yeah, you got some nice pickerel that day.
And so I was gonna let Greg edit that video, but my computer was giving me grief today, so I didn't get it onto a chip. So I'll do that one myself, and I'll do it next week. And then I got a new day pack, and so I want to do a video on reviewing it. It's the Allen Pathfinder, and so I'll be doing a video on that, and that'll be up in a few weeks too. So
yeah, and I know I've had some questions about the Cabela's 6x24 scope that I bought, and I've got it on the 7mm Rem mag, and I haven't even had the gun out. My guns sit in the gun locker, and I do most of my hunting with the crossbow. I haven't shot any of my guns probably for over a year, but we'll get at it. I'll get out and do some target shooting with it too, and do a little more of a review on that scope for you. As I know people have been asking what it is actually like.
Yeah. I'd prefer if you put it on a crossbow myself, but
Actually, that's another thing. I did get myself a video or digital scope, and it's on my air rifle right now. You've probably seen some of the videos of me out shooting the corvids, the magpies, and the sparrows with it. But I want to take that off of there and get it onto the crossbow, hopefully this year. And so yeah, we'll make some videos of that, setting that up, and hopefully I won't lose too many bolts trying to get that sighted in because those bolts aren't cheap.
no, they're not. They're not.
And we aren't being monetized or sponsored by anyone. It's all our cash out of our pocket. Everything that we do is we're paying for. So, but anyways, 2020 hunt, 6 weeks, and it's on.
Or sooner it starts.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
September 15th, and today
Yeah.
is August 2nd.
Yep,
So,
6 weeks away.
so stay tuned. Come and see us and come hunting with us.
Yes,
We'll have it all on film for you.
because we're having a blast.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other story. I am so looking forward to this year. My last day of work was Friday, July 31st, and that's it. I'm done. And now this is my work. So you know that's what we'll do, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
So join us for the fun and the adventure.
You
And
bet.
yes, this chair is going to be nice. It's comfy. I don't
sure
know.
brought- we sure
I think
brought our boat.
I think it'll be high enough.
I think it'll be high enough too, from the looks of it. It's higher.
When I built this blind, I set the windows at 38 inches. Trust me, if you're doing it, set your windows the bottom of the window at about 35 inches or 36 inches.
No,
Because
32 to 34.
Well, then they might be a little low. Like
Well,
that.
then you could use a lawn chair.
They're not that wide, but they're a little high.
Yeah.
If you look at my shoulder and where the thing is, and so when you bring your bow up, like you want to be able to
Yeah.
have that movement.
And if everything goes good, we'll probably, I'm hoping to have, well, 3 good camera angles this year. So that's kind of what the plan is. We'll see how it goes.
But it's not a big deal. I can always make a shooting pad or whatever to set the chair on.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get a chair like the one Jason's got, but Jason's chair has no arms on it. I like to have the arms so I can sit back and relax while I'm waiting and be as comfortable as possible.
He's
And
just lazy.
that one goes up. That one actually the seat goes up and down.
Uh-huh.
This one, the seat does not.
No,
go
and
up
you
down.
can't change seats because that was my plan before I even brought them. But they don't even match. They don't even come close. So, no, not happening.
But if you're looking for a good hunting chair, a nice used office chair, a lot of times you can pick up for nothing, like that one we set up in the elevator
Yeah.
blind over there. It's perfect. It's so comfortable you can sit in there for hours. You know, and
Yeah.
your back's good and everything. I'm getting too old to sit on a pail and a
Mhm.
stool.
Yep, me too.
It just doesn't work anymore. My body just can't do it.
Nope.
And so I try to make it as comfortable as possible. And yeah, an old office chair works great if you can put it up in your blind. For you guys that go with the tree stands, when we were bear hunting there and that tree stand, it was getting a little,
It was a little hard on the ass.
yeah, a little hard on the butt, standing up, moving
Yeah.
around. And every time you stand up and move around, of course, there could be some game there that you didn't see, and they're
Yeah.
going to see you, and next thing you know, they're gone.
Yep.
I remember the one year we were out here, we were sitting in that blind. I was in the elevated part, and you were underneath with the camera, and I just shifted a bit, and all of a sudden, all we seen was white tails going off through the bush.
Yep. Neither one of us saw them coming in.
Yeah, I never seen them coming in. They were only about 10 yards away from us, and as soon as I shifted a little bit, they were gone.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing right now that I just learned. The wind direction today is not the day you hunt this blind.
Oh yeah, it's coming this way. This
No,
is perfect. It's blowing at us.
it's coming through there.
No, it's been blowing right in my face here through
Okay.
the window.
Okay, well, we'll discuss wind direction next time.
But that's the nice thing about being in an enclosed blind. Wind direction is not a big issue. Like Jason and I were surprised when you take that no scent and you spray it around in here. Like it's almost like it freshens the air. Like
Yeah.
you can't smell anything.
No, you are right. It is coming from into the blind, not about through
Yeah.
the blind.
But a lot of times there's a lake just to our right, and it comes in off the lake.
Yeah.
And then it blows right into the bush, and yeah, those are bad days. Unless a deer comes in from the side or whatever. But I'm out here feeding them a lot, and they get used to my scent, but they aren't too used to Jason's because he
Oh, they
lives
will,
in the city.
because I'm
And,
well. I'll be here a lot more. I
yeah.
will be here a lot more now that I don't have to report to Mr. Boss.
So every time they come to feed, they're smelling me because I'm
Yeah.
walking back there and I'm taking chips out of the cameras and I'm dumping bait and I'm
Yeah.
walking around this clearing, and the paths coming in. So today we brought with the chairs and that we brought the truck right up to the blind. But when we hunt, we usually park. What is it, about 100 yards?
No more than that.
Yeah.
It's
And
30
walk.
yards to the corner. So and then 70. So it's about 100 yards.
And that's what we walk in to
Yeah.
get into the blind.
Yeah.
I was saying I know we get some good action early in the morning, but we've tried. By the time we walk in here and get into the blind,
We've rustled everybody
yeah,
up.
yeah, they're gone. Like we don't see anything.
Yeah.
It's always a waste of time. But now with this, like I said, it's so dry and warm in here.
We
and
may stay
everything.
overnight.
All we need is a couple of cots, and
Yeah.
we can sleep right in the blind and spend the night. Get up at 5 or whatever, and wait for the sun to come up. Well, actually, the sun's up these days in Saskatchewan. I get up sometimes at 4 in the morning, and it's
Yep.
already turning light outside.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, stay with us.
You bet.
It's going to be a great hunt this season,
You bet.
and there's going to be some really good videos that you won't want to miss. So stay with us.
Yep.
Bye for now.